Hey, before we start this video, just to let y'all know, this is part one of probably 3 to 4 because it's a lot to discuss on this one. He put out tweets and everything else. So this is part one of us dissecting the video because he made a 2-hour long stream. So, and also, y'all like, subscribe, and share it out so we can get in this algorithm and get everything moving the right way. Hey, yo.
I have to talk to you guys about this Xbox tax trend that I keep seeing people talk about online because I think it's absolute nonsense.
Because our time is now. Because the champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Hey, yo. I said, hey, motherfucking yo. Oh, I miss y'all, man. Been gone. Feel like I've been gone for a month. Been gone for a week. Ain't did a video, but we got a good one today. We don't just have a good one. We have one that really why this channel has got started. We got one from Destin, all about him. He doesn't believe the Xbox tax is real, which he does, but he is totally in the company line right now. Womp womp. So let's see what Mr. Legary has to say and why he feels it's all nonsense. We're gonna figure out why Mr. Legary feels that the Xbox tax isn't real and how we should just stop and just blame Xbox and make them do better.
So first of all, I have seen a lot of people talking about the Xbox tax.
Damn it, Dustin. We're doing this already. I'm not gonna bring Chris out here. Been wild, stand back. But that quote finger thing always irritates the fuck out of me. I don't even care if I'm cussing. It's rated 18 anyway. But yeah, that finger quote thing, that's how I know when people start to lie. Dustin, stop lying. Sorry, it's too early in this video to start that. We got 20 more minutes.
And they're usually relating it to Xbox not getting a Game of the Year nomination. Many people felt that Starfield should have gotten an Xbox Game of the Year nomination. But you know what? That game was contentious. No matter how you look at it, that game either scored incredibly well or it was sort of middling. So the fact that it didn't get nominated doesn't mean that it's a bad game. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that it was a bit of a contentious title and it didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. There are several games that are multi-platform.
I don't think he understands the totality of what the Xbox tax incorporates. I don't think he gets it, everybody. I think he thinks it's only the media or it's only game reviews. No, sir. It's about keeping the exact same energy that you give to Xbox to everybody else, or vice versa. Because it's Xbox for some odd reason is playing by a different set of rules that the other two or other brands don't have to. Hashtag Xbox that.
Talking about how the media is too hard on Xbox or Xbox doesn't get a fair shake. And yet channels like mine exist where I genuinely praise Xbox. I criticize a lot of PlayStation's practices. And I find this whole conversation about an Xbox tax quite bizarre. Are there a few outlets who have gotten it wrong or have been rather unnecessarily scathing towards Xbox? Yeah, and it's weird when it happens. The PC Gamer thing I'll talk about in a little bit was a little surprising to say the least, but just keep an eye out for things from that author if you don't think if you don't want to align with what they think. Like, I never understand why people get so upset about like what somebody thinks online when you could just read somebody else. Like, if you like Starfield, go.
No, we're not going to go check out your friend. But this is a situation when you are the problem or part of the problem and you don't realize it. And you keep trying to convince us that you're not part of the problem. Just like those people on Twitter when I said something to you today and last year, they came after me, but they were just regurgitating the exact thing you said, not making any more facts. And that's when I turned into Ray. But here it is. That's when we know you are the problem. You were part of the problem. And we didn't just dig up a thumbnail from a daily fix a while ago. That's one of the hallmarks of this whole Xbox slander thing. It was resolution. We all remember the resolution gate. Every video game came out. Resolution this, resolution that. And if you could, you would love to go back to that time while we were just talking about resolution and Sony was winning. You'll still be doing corny ass pieces or thumbnails with 920 720p. You'll still be on Ron McCaffrey's podcast slandering Xbox, but you're supposed to be an Xbox guy. See, people don't realize I used to listen to that podcast, so I know the things that were said, and I know the difference between criticism and just slander, and that was slander.
What happened with that launch? It was contentious. We all know that console launched and it had just the worst PR it could possibly have, talking about putting DRM into their games. The CEO at the time, I'm blanking on his name for some reason, but anyway, he said stuff like buying Xbox 360 which just isn't smart to do when you're talking directly to your consumers. And it's just been sort of a bizarre reaction that I've seen online to this Xbox tax.
And the guy who was speaking of is Donnie D, and the quote was because a journalist asked him about what about the armed forces that's fighting and they're inside submarine and they can't get the signal of DMR or DRM, my bad. And he said, well, we have a console for you, the Xbox 360. That's what he's talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, Donnie D is a piece of shit, and he's an asshole for saying that. But wasn't that 2013? And y'all are doing the same stuff because you still saying Xbox don't have not having good games, not having AAA games. Yeah. So not having when y'all saying they don't have good games. Now we in 2023, not 2013, not 2014, and y'all still on the same Xbox needs to do better deal. It's one part in this that you decided to talk to somebody who I think is a piece of shit. Well, not talk to him, but read his tweet, gas, and try to make your point. That automatically disqualified you from anything that I should be listening to. But we're going to continue this because everybody asked me to do it. So, but at the end of the day, you know exactly what the Xbox tax is. You can try to spin it to whatever your little narrative is, and you think we're going to follow you. The reason you're so angry right now is because we're not following you and people like you anymore. Because we're not clicking on IGN no more and caring about what y'all talking about. Because at the end of the day, the people that you got following you on your channel, those are the sheep. Those are the casual people. Those are not the real Xbox fans. Those are people that just they're there. They're not. They just go with the flow. They go with the biggest industry person that they can. And be honest, me personally, I think you're an industry plant. Like they used to do in music in Hollywood back in the day. Cause you sure became really strong Xbox really late. Like really late. Yeah, you was on the podcast or whatever, but you became like really pro Xbox like 2020 or whatever. So I wanna. I don't know exactly why, but I'm considering you an industry plan in this, and nobody can convince me that you're not, because we can all see directly through you just straight up lying on half your takes. Like, you just trying to being really disingenuous about what you're saying, and you act like it's not biased in this media, and for not one Xbox game to be nominated, and you don't see an issue with that. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Look, I love Xbox, but you can love a product and recognize its shortcomings. I love a lot of PlayStation games also, but I don't like a lot of the corporate strategies that are implemented that cost the player more money. And I feel like that's a big reason why I'm seen as an Xbox fanboy, because I'm very critical about the corporate strategies. But if you look at the content that I produce about the games, it's glowing for PlayStation. Xbox has had a lot of problems in the games category. Halo Infinite needed to be delayed to launch in the state that it launched. I stand by that. I love the Halo Infinite campaign, but multiplayer took a long time to hit its stride. Starfield was delayed.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
It seems like we go through this Halo thing every fucking video. Halo issue wasn't the campaign, which you said it was okay. Halo issue wasn't the actual multiplayer. Stupid. Halo issue was additional content because it was supposed to be a live service game. That's what people was complaining about. You in the media turned it into Halo was trash. Halo sucked. What's going on with 343? Fire everybody. Bloggity bloggity blah. So I'm not letting you change this fucking narrative. You fucking liar.
Delayed a year. Had it come out in 2022 when it was supposed to, there is a chance that it would have been nominated for Game of the Year. Granted, Elden Ring also came out that year, so I think we can all agree that Elden Ring likely would have taken it.
No, we can't all agree that Elden Ring would have taken it, because to me, Starfield is a better game. So save that opinion for yourself, sir.
But let's talk about a few of these posts that I've seen, because I just find it fascinating that people who I like and respect, like Post Up here, are talking about this Xbox tax. Modern Warzone tweeted, Modern Warfare 3 is the best COD multiplayer we've had in years, but somehow is also the worst reviewed Call of Duty game of all time. I don't understand it, especially when you compare scores to some of the other games like Vanguard. Do you think these reviews are deserved? And he also talks about Doug Dagnabbit, who says, genuinely don't understand Call of Duty getting its worst reviews of all time with Modern Warfare 3, especially not the multiplayer. Now, he's correlating the fact that Xbox just closed on the Activision Blizzard deal with it getting poor review scores. That is insane to me. You think that...
What did he say?
Yes, Dustin, that is what he is correlating, because it's a really funny coincidence. That's the first time y'all start reviewing the game separate, and you gave it a fucking 4, was right after Xbox bought it. Right after Xbox bought it. Y'all never done it before. Why do we do it now? The whole thing about this is, we're gonna talk about your company. We're not gonna talk about the game spots and everything. We're gonna talk about your company. Then you backdoor and give it a 6. Dustin. And this, as Charlie Intel and Modern Warzone and Dad Nabbit and Post Up and Ham Solo and Joey, all the guys that was there, that said something about it, that you picked up on. They all, it seems really hell of a coincidence that as soon as Xbox bomb, you have a change of policy, and that's how you start reviewing games. People were saying this is one of the best Call of Duties in years, especially with the multiplayer side. And for some odd reason, y'all don't think so. Well, everything's your opinion. But when you have your company scale weights really heavy on Metacritic and it influence the casuals into what's going on with Call of Duty, they're gonna really think it's trash because IGN said it. That's the issue. It's not that we care about what y'all actually think about Microsoft and Call of Duty. It's that y'all have too much influence over the gaming industry, which a lot of us feel that needs to change ASAP. And now y'all trying to infiltrate the YouTube conversation also with your channel and other channels. You are a plant, sir. You are an industry plant, and I'm not backing off of that.
Journalists are playing Call of Duty thinking, well, Xbox owns this now, I have to give it a bad score. Like, that's the narrative that people are trying to say is causing the Xbox tax, and that's insanity to me. Here's what I actually think happened is just a situation that is very convoluted and complicated, and it has nothing to do with the fact that it was purchased by Xbox. And by the way, here's the tweet from Doug Dagnabbit. He runs Modern Warzone. So about Charlie Intel, where you talk about PC Gamer, and I alluded to this a second ago. PC Gamer review says Modern Warfare 3 is not fun because Sledgehammer Games took a sledgehammer to the movement that Infinity Ward had in Modern Warfare 2. The reviewer calls slide canceling and faster mantling cheesy techniques. Now, I will say this, I think it's totally fine to question and critique reviews and how they're written. I think that's fine. But to say that the way that's written is anything to do with Xbox, it's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. And I just had to say this because, like, I see people I like talking about this stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not a thing. By the way, if you like my...
What? What the fuck?
Hey, Destin, did you know slide canceling and wall mounting was in the last, was in Modern Warfare 1? I mean, Modern Warfare 1 and 2? Did you know that? Oh, so you don't feel that it's a real thing that they're bringing it up now? That's not a conspiracy. That's not a coincidence that they bringing up such things right now. But it's all of us. We are the crazy ones, right? The actual Xbox guys are the crazy ones. But people like you who are fair weather at best, I think you're a pony, but they're not gonna go with me on that. But whatever. This is why there is an Xbox tax, because as soon as Xbox do something well, I guarantee you, Xbox gonna have some good news. 48 hours later, y'all gonna cook up some type of story. Oh, y'all gonna pull something that Phil Spencer or one of those emails said and be like, remember this? Starfield's I seen a thing that Starfield was losing players. It's a single player game, bro. The fuck people beat the game already. Some people beat the game. It's Christmas. Some people might be going to something else. But there's no Xbox tax. So I want everybody to check out part 2 and 3 because he put out some tweets. We're gonna finish this video and we're gonna critique, like he likes to say, of his points and comments. So like, share, subscribe, visit XEC on Wednesdays, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.